Lucy.
And my name is Brynna, and we are reading Coraline by Neil Gaiman. So, my question was, it said in the book, "Come on into the kitchen," he said. "I'll make us a midnight snack, and you'll want something to drink. Hot chocolate, perhaps?" And he was her dad.
Before Coraline called the police, and the policeman said,
It was in the drawing room.
Here we go. It said, you asked him, so, the nefarious clutches of her fiendish fingers. Is it? He said. You know what I suggest, Miss Jones? No, said Coraline. What? You ask your mother to make you a big old mug of hot chocolate, then give her a great big old hug. There's nothing like hot chocolate and a hug for making the nightmare go away. And then she tries to tell you off for waking her up at this time of night, while you tell her that's what the policeman said. He had a deep, reassuring voice. Coraline was not reassured.
And then her dad said,
Her mom gave her a big hug.
Her mom gave her a big hug. Her other mother gave her a big hug. And then her other dad said, "Come on into the kitchen," he said. "I'll make us a midnight snack," like the police said. "And you'll want something to drink. Hot chocolate, perhaps?" So I think the hot chocolate part was her dad that was on the phone, that was calling from the other universe, telling her that like he knew she was gonna call, and then he inferred almost, and so then he got out hot chocolate and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I think that was a little creepy because her mom gave her the hug and then her dad is offering hot chocolate. Those are the two things the police officer said. He also said a midnight snack. And that's what her dad said. And I think it's a little weird that, and then I also, am a little, I'm not, 100% sure.
No, but it makes sense, though.
But I'm not really sure because when she was calling from her world's phone to her world's police station. Why, is she, how could her other dad, get it?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So how do you...
I just think that was coincidental, very coincidental that happened. So, maybe she didn't actually call the police station.
Maybe she messed up, a number or something.
Yeah, maybe she messed up the number or something. And then when her dad realized she was calling, her other dad realized that she was calling, he was like, "Oh, I'll just play along as a police officer."
Yeah. And the police officers normally don't say, "Oh, well, tell her that that's what the policeman said." Police officers don't say that. I know that because my uncles are police officers, and they never say, they never go around saying, "Oh, I'm a police officer."
And I think the police officer still would have come.
Police officer.
Yeah, I think if it was an actual police officer, he still would have came because maybe someone was actually being kidnapped.
Yeah.
So I think if I called up a police officer, if I called your uncle or something, he would probably be like, "Okay, I'll be over there in as soon as possible."
Yeah.
So I don't think an actual police officer would just be like, "Oh, you're fine," to a kid, because
especially to a kid. Some kids don't lie.
Sometimes kids pay sometimes kids pay more attention than adults, and so a police officer have to be like, "Oh my gosh, this is a kid talking. I think I should leave them." And sometimes they do lie, but kids are good at lying, but sometimes they're not. When they're not lying, they're kind of kids don't usually try and lie,
Especially not to the police.
Especially not to the police. But adults know how to get away with it, but kids are very honest usually.
Yeah.
So I don't think I think a police officer would dash right away over to Coraline's house and be like, "Okay, what happened?" And then she could explain to him what happened. And maybe in the end, the police officer would end up believing Coraline.
Yeah.
and be like, okay, take me. And then he would discover this and like everything would have stopped. But he didn't. He just told Coraline to hang up the phone and tell her mom to get her hot chocolate and it would be like a midnight snack and give her a hug. And that's exactly what her parents did.
Other parents.
Other parents, yeah. So I find that very coincidental. And so like if it was an actual police officer, he would have done something. Like I know like a police officer, like they wouldn't behave that way.
Abby got all. Yeah,
Bye. Bye.